Dorothy by Marie Hedderwick Brown. Read for LibriVox by Laurel Drobitz. April 13th, 2023, Raleigh, North Carolina. Dorothy. Dorothy is debonair. Little count hath she or care. All her gold is in her hair. And the freshness of the spring round this old world seems to cling when you hear her laugh or sing. On her sunny way she goes, much she wonders, little knows, love's as yet a folded rose. All her smiles in dimpled eye, glad is she, nor knows she why, just to live is ecstasy. Lightly lie the chains, methinks, that have daisies for their links, youth the fount where pleasure drinks. Dorothy is debonair, little count hath she or care, sunshine in her heart and hair. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Daffodils by Marie Hedderwick Brown. Read for LibriVox.org by M. Lee. Oh, wild is the daffodil's dance to the tune that the March pipes blow. Heads a-tossing, lances crossing, curtsies sweeping and low. Like waves in a flaming sunset, they tumble and twist and turn. What though from its slender pillar droppeth one golden urn? Short-lived is their joy and reckless, never a pause for breath. Ah, well, are we too not whirling, as blind in our dance of death? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Blackbird by Marie Hedderwick Brown. Read for LibriVox.org by AMB Suite 13. When baby birds begin to shoot, then hey, the blackbird's golden flute. All steeped in love seems every note let loose from his mellifluous throat. No wild rhapsodic bursts proclaim what rapture thrills his tiny frame. His heart is like a brimming cup, where pearls of joy keep bubbling up. The lark, like some delirious thing, at heaven's far gate may soar and sing. But oh, methinks the blackbird brings heaven down to earth what time he sings. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Whom the Gods Love Die Young by Marie Hedderwick Brown. Read for LibriVox.org by Linda K. Arndt. Her voice is hushed, her hands are still. I from the summit of the hill look down and marvel at God's will. Her foot was planted at the base, all eager for the upward race, her genius shining in her face. She felt the soul within her leap. She yearned to scale the steepest steep, and now she's fallen upon sleep. God knoweth best. I must descend the downward slope. Goodbye, sweet friend. Life's myriad ways meet in the end. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Granny's Bairn by Mary Hedderwick Brown. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Mapstone. When o'er we Elspeth's in the hoose, I scarce hae use o' hands or feet. And after all, why should I fash, when she's sae nimble and sae fleet? I wonder wha I laid my specs, the words hae hardly left my mouth. afore I fin across my nose, she has them set astride forsooth. She thrids my needle, winds my wool, picks up the steeks that whiles will drop. She slips a boot like some wee moose, for fear she'll wake me from my nap. Her wee three-legged stool you'll fin drawn up close to Granny's chair. She learns her task and sews her seam, and sups her cog o' porridge there. And mony's the lang crack we twae ha, but whiles sic puzzling things she'll speer, the very minister himself would be dumbfounded could he hear. She has her bit camastry turns, but just enough to show that she is no a being that is made o' different clay to you and me. But that she's no by ordinary wean, the neighbours round about agree, and say ye ken it is nae just my ain opinion that I gie. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Love's Power by Marie Hedderwick Brown. Read for LibriVox.org. When you did leave me, love, the whole world seemed with you to ebb away, and like a broken stranded wreck I lay. But you returned, and lo, a fresh tide thrilled my life's deserted shore, and love was conqueror over death once more. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A June Memory by Marie Hedderwick Brown. Read for LibriVox.org by B.H.F. Russell. April 16th, 2023, Springfield, Illinois. 'Twas June, the roses were raining in regalia's splendor and pride. Sweet peas, like butterflies tethered, were fluttering on every side. Like smoldering fires, the wallflowers burned, dull in the sun's strong glow. And the yellow bees, like meteors, went flashing to and fro. No lordly pleasaunce was it, but an old-world garden wild, where purple-hooded pansies and long-lashed daisies smiled. And there in June we parted, and the sad years hurtle by, like birds whose wings are broken when they just have learned to fly. And I think, do you remember, in the life that's yours today, that garden and its glamour, and the time that would not stay? Oh, amid the faces around you, does one face never arise, and for a moment hold you, with the old spell of its eyes? Ah, no, you men forget us, and we must be dumb, and life's June goes forever, and the snows of winter come. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Message by Marie Hedderwick Brown. Read for LibriVox.org by Nancy Beard. In a little broken flower pot, high up on a windowsill, mid grime and gloom and squalor, grew a golden daffodil. It seemed in the gloom of the alley like a sunbeam that had strayed out from the light of heaven into a land of shade. And close in a cage beside it, a skylark sweetly sang, till all the narrow alley with its wild rapture rang. And one poor weary sinner paused as her wild eyes turned to where on its humble altar the flower flame upward burned. And something stirred in her bosom, 'twas the heart that had long lain dead,
as the bird's song rose from its prison in the shadow overhead. God's angels are birds and flowers, and oh, methinks they preach, at times with a power and pathos we men can never reach. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Her Window by Marie Hedderwick Brown. Read for LibriVox by Laurel Drobitz. April 13th, 2023, Raleigh, North Carolina. Her window. Up the gable the roses creep, eager to get a little peep, behind the curtain of snowy lace that hangs like a bridal veil over the face of a shy wee window whose panes glint through a network of creepers like eyes of blue. I needs must stand below, and see them high and higher go, till their lips are kissing the lattice sill, and their tendrils toy at their own sweet will, with the casement so full of tender charms, since her shadow has lain within its arms. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Shattered Hopes by Marie Hedderwick Brown. Read for LibriVox.org by B.H.F. Russell. April 16th, 2023, Springfield, Illinois. This morn upon the birken tree, the mavis carol blithe and free. But ah, his song was not for me. Each wild note of his glad refrain pierced like an arrow through my brain. I could have cursed him for his strain. I saw the sunshine and the flowers, each proof of a creator's powers. Yet dull and hateful were the hours. I cannot weep, the fever dries, the tears within my burning eyes. The past before my vision flies. Once more I feel his deep-drawn kiss. Once more my being thrills with bliss. Once more I melt with tenderness. I hear the trembling words that hung, deep fraught with passion on his tongue, till heart and soul with pain are wrung. All natural smiles, and yet today, in memory's grave I've laid away, my idol that has turned to clay. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Hand in Hand by Marie Hedderwick Brown. Read for LibriVox.org. Hand in hand through the flowery ways went Dora and I in the bygone days. A wee girl she, her boy lover I, ready to fight for her and die. Hand in hand through this vale of tears went Dora and I in the after years. She was my wife, and her husband I, ready to fight for her and die. Hand in hand to the very last, as her dear eyes dimmed and her spirit passed. An angel is she, alone am I, ready, O God, and I cannot die. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.